It's clobbering time! Born again!
We are undefeatable! Sunlit Shigon!
Extermination!
I am ready to put on a show!
By the eye of Agamotto!
Hey, we are on part 4. This video is now it is Groot. Based on the stats, we should not have won this game. I'll just say that. But I do get MVP, so let me explain how I use Groot, where I put his walls, especially with the Mantis team up. I did have the Mantis team up at the start of this round, at the start of the match, but then they ended up swapping off, and I think went Invisible Woman. I think that's who that was, and it went somebody else. But I'm sure you guys all know the walls, what they do. Healing wall heals. His L2 is his big, like, I call it his nut. Not like it's like a nut, like a nut. Anyways, his L1 are his damage walls. And his R1 is his big wall. I'm assuming most of you guys, if you play Groot, know that his big wall, first off, has more health. Second off, you can't be CC'd if you're in the zone, if you're in the circle that it has. But I'll show y'all. Y'all be able to see where I put his walls and stuff. I normally like to hide his walls behind other walls. So you'll see here, I put it behind this big wall. I don't normally use his wall to block damage a whole lot. I only kind of use that big wall to block damage if I'm in a lot of trouble and I need to be healed quickly. You'll also be able to tell it is difficult, at least for me on controller, to put his walls where I want them to be. You'll see sometimes it looks like the wall's going behind them and it ends up going in front of them. But that's just something I have to get better at. So I just put his healing wall down in the smoke, so they wouldn't be able to see it, and it would still heal my teammates that were close to it. And then you can see on the left side, my big wall has 457 health. I had 2 of the smaller walls down. You can have 3 down at a time. Normally, when you're playing Groot, if you're able to get 3 walls down at a time, it's actually pretty impressive. Normally, I'm only able to get at most 2. 2 still does a lot of extra damage for you. So I have 3 down right there. Then I end up, pretty sure they end up getting destroyed and I take them down and stuff. So we do take, I always call that first point. We take that pretty easily. And then that's just where I thought the best place for the water would be. Yeah, I normally put that wall out of the way from everything else. end up ulting on them. I think I had 3 of them in the ult. I don't know what my Mantis was doing there. But then the Cloak and Dagger ults gets out of it, which happens so often. But I was able to get a support ult out of their team, but everybody else on my team kind of basically died. So there's a lot of times where just even forcing an ult is always good. Phoenix ult took out all my shit. Normally what I try to do when I have the Mantis team up is put the healing wall kind of behind the iron wall. I think that's what the big wall is called. I normally try to put it behind the big wall so that it takes less people are able to hit it, so that it stays up longer. It can still heal a little bit longer. Almost had that one. It happens. See, here I put it, I guess, I kind of put it behind. It's alright. On this map, a lot of the times if you see me put a wall on that ledge right there, where that Phoenix is, it's because I'm trying to put a wall horizontally above on that like part up there. I do get a good ult off here. Again, Cloak and Dagger ult. So then it just kind of like, alright, well, it's whatever. Kind of go back to my healing wall. I don't know if I die here or not. I feel like I do for some reason. Yes, I do die here. I was spamming L2 to throw my nut, and it was on cooldown. And it actually just kind of pissed me off the whole time. This part that's coming up is kind of funny. We don't move this for probably another minute, but nobody sees me. I go over here, put my big wall down. I just stand here. Get some attacks in. My team kind of moves up. Punisher ult happens. And then I guess I turn into Drax because Deadpool is right next to me. And he's not doing anything. I could have attacked him, but I was like, you know, fuck it. I'm gonna just let him play. Like, I'm not gonna bother him. If you're not shooting me, I'm not gonna shoot you. In that scenario. If the game's on the line, of course I'm gonna shoot you. This one was. I got my quad here. It wasn't a bad ult. I could have put the walls up earlier. I wish I put the walls up first and then ulted, so that, because I think when you ult, it does damage anyways. So if you have the walls up and then ult, your ult does like tick damage, so your walls are constantly slapping them. You can see already my Mantis team up has been gone for, I don't even know how long. I just noticed it on the rewatch. Also, I am playing with one of my friends, so I kind of, but he's running other tank. He's running Doctor Strange. That was unlucky. My wall just got cooked immediately, and I couldn't get that. Couldn't finish off that kill. My last ult here, I definitely could have saved it, but at this point in the game, it's like, okay, there's 2 minutes left. We're over halfway to winning the game. It's like, it's whatever. This right here. I'm kind of like, all right, well, end up getting the final hit on the Deadpool anyways, and the Phoenix got killed by, I think the Cyclops on our team. So, but yeah, this is quick. I don't think they touch anymore. It's a quick game. But like right there, my wall said it was gonna be behind him, ended up being in front of him. So, but yeah, that was the whole match. I don't know if there's too much that I need to explain about Groot. It's maybe target priority. When I ult, I always go for their. I mean, if you're not going for their supports, you're not gonna win the game. So, every Groot ult I have, I wait until I get an opening on their supports, or at least I try to. I've had so many times where I throw it into an invis shield and it's just fucking useless. Or I throw it into another Groot's wall or somebody else's shield and nothing, I don't get anything. So I kind of wait for an opening. Another big thing is to keep track, try to keep track of enemy ults, which I could have done better in this. I wasn't really thinking that Cloak and Dagger was going to have their ult both times I ulted, or especially White Fox, but White Fox got cooked after my ult was done anyways. But I have seen clips of people being able to kill supports out of their ult with Groot. I have not been able to do it. I've tried multiple times. I have not been able to do it at all. So that's something that I need to. And it's probably with putting 2 walls or 3 walls down, and then ulting, and then hitting, melee weaving, throwing your nut at them, all kind of in a very, very, very short amount of time. One thing I didn't do here is I didn't melee weave. Nobody was really on me that much. The melee weave is good though. After your 3rd melee hit, you pop them up in the air. You CC them, basically. So that does come in handy sometimes. Yeah, the rest of it is pretty simple. If you hit somebody and you have one of your damage walls down, and they're close to the wall, they're next to the wall's gonna hit them, do more damage. Your big wall you can use to block damage. I use it so that I can't get CC'd, which is basically all of the tank's ults. Like, you don't get hit by a thing, you don't get hit by Strange. I don't think you get hit by Angela. I don't know if you get hit by Groot. What other tanks have a CC ult? Hulk can't juggle you or slam you. Which, I mean, juggle isn't even in the game anymore, which is kind of stupid, but if you go up against a really good Hulk player, you're gonna get juggled. I have, in Fox form, on White Fox, in my ult, I've gotten juggled off the map. It's not fun. But yeah, that's Groot. I mean, it's pretty simple. So, yeah.